A top focus at this hour, while uncertainty looms over a new ceasefire deal in the ongoing Israel-Hamas war. The Hamas chief Ismail Haniyeh's visit to Egypt and the Mossad chief's engagement with other officials for the talks are seen as a positive sign. However, both sides have again indicated that a new agreement right now might be off the table. Hamas has reportedly rejected an Israeli proposal for a week-long truce. It has insisted for Israel to implement a ceasefire before negotiations. Now, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has meanwhile vowed to continue with the war and eliminate Hamas.
We are continuing the war to the end. It will continue until Hamas is eliminated, until victory. Whoever thinks that we will stop is detached from reality. We will not stop the fighting until all of the goals that we have set are achieved. The elimination of Hamas, the release of our hostages, and the removal of the threat from Gaza.
We have been clear for some time that since the occupation stopped the temporary truce, we have informed all parties about the clear and specific position that there will be no negotiation on the issue of prisoners before stopping the aggression.
US President Joe Biden also said that the country is pushing for a new deal. However, it is not expected soon. Meanwhile, a United Nations Security Council vote on Gaza has again been delayed for a third straight day. Biden says that the United States' support for the resolution is still unresolved. US diplomats are working out to agree on the language of the draft resolution, calling for a halt in fighting and a major increase in aid deliveries to Gaza. Israel, on the other hand, has expanded its fight in Gaza. The Israeli military says troops are now also fighting in the Tufa and the Raj neighborhood of the Gaza City. Israel has released footage of a vast tunnel network that they uncovered in Gaza that it says were used by Hamas leaders. The IDF says these tunnels are uncovered from the properties registered to Yahya Sinwar and other senior Hamas organizers of the October 7th attacks. Slaughter continues in southern Gaza. At least 12 people died in Israeli strikes in Rafah in the last 24 hours, while dozens were wounded. Meanwhile, Yemen's Houthi rebels have threatened the United States to attack its warships operating in the region. This is in response to United States' announcement of the establishment of a new international coalition to protect commercial vessels sailing through the Red Sea. A Houthi leader on Wednesday warned that his forces will target American battleships with drones and missiles if Yemen is targeted. US says its Al-Assad air base in Iraq has been attacked. No injuries have been reported in the latest attack. US bases in West Asia are being frequently attacked since the war broke out. United States says its Iraqi security forces seized a flatbed truck modified to launch rockets that were located at the site. Well, our correspondent Jody Cohen has sent us this report from Tel Aviv. Listen in.
I'm at what's known as Hostages Square in Tel Aviv and have been speaking to some of the relatives here of the 129 remaining hostages in Gaza. The anguish is building as every day passes, especially amid reports that there's been no progress on a new hostage release deal. Other talks that are underway are concerning the UN Security Council resolution calling for a ceasefire. The US, which has a veto at the Council, would like to see this amended to calling for a suspension in hostage hostilities rather than a ceasefire, as they say Hamas remains a threat. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken has suggested the war could be over tomorrow if Hamas would stop hiding behind civilians and lay down its arms, and said any other country faced with the same threat would do the same as Israel. So right now it appears that there is no imminent hostage deal or end to the fighting, and negotiations continue. This is Jodie Cohen for WION World as One.